coleslaw on there. I'm a coleslaw guy. I'm a coleslaw guy.
An aficionado.
Yeah, I am. I like the vinegar coleslaw. I like the Marzetti's coleslaw. I like the other shit coleslaw, you know? You know what's really good?
This is cabbage.
Asian slaw, bro.
Yeah, we did that one time, actually, on top of a sandwich.
Was it?
Well, we'll get into that, but
All right.
we did monthly sandwiches for a long time.
Dude, I'm so pumped to get into it. Welcome, Jeremy Vincenzo, guys. This is The Cut. We are live tonight. Let's get right into it. Jeremy, chicken sandwiches. Talk to me about them. How'd this all get started?
How do you make them? Oh, man, that's a good question. How do you want to say that somebody said you can make this into a restaurant, and I went, bet. And I went, bet.
That's how that went?
Well, I mean, originally, I was coming back into town.
Okay.
And I was planning on opening up some other restaurant. And I was working with two different people in town. And we're like, well, you know, this is something I've been working on for a year. You know, I've been putting in all the footwork of, I mean, I was looking at different counties that we can put in and the population versus the medium growth. And I was putting in footwork to this, right? Okay. And then as soon as we're about to pull the trigger, 2020. What happens in 2020?
The fucking vid, bro.
The vid, right? So everything just gets exploded. The whole thing's kibosh. So I start working at this pizza joint, and I know I want to open up a restaurant. And it's not a pizza joint. It's Prola Brothers Pizza. Everybody knows what Prola Brothers Pizza is.
Prola? Hell yeah.
But so I'm working over there, and it's like, I know that I don't want to work for anybody anymore. I know I don't want to do this. I know I don't want to do this. He was paying me good, but at the same time, I wasn't happy. Yeah. And I was at home, and, you know, we started formulating this idea of like, well, what happens if, you know, so it came from, there's this guy that I watch on YouTube. His name's Joshua Wiseman. Name drop. If he's watching, I don't think he is. If he's watching some local show in 440 Ashtabula, Ohio, Joshua Wiseman, I'm looking at you. But he does this chicken sandwich, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. And we look at it, and we're like, well, I could do this. And we crack the joke of like, well, what happens if this was a restaurant in Ashtabula? And we start looking around, we realize, well, the only place to get a chicken sandwich in Ashtabula is KFC. True. And then you got to drive about 45 minutes to 50 minutes to basically over an hour out to Cleveland to get a good chicken sandwich. And it was at that point we went, well, fuck it. Let's do it ourselves. Yeah. So 2020, it's COVID, everything's takeout, which that's like the death sentence for a lot of these restaurants. You know, it's the traditional restaurants in Ashtabula. Sit down. A server comes up, pours you water, tells you your specials, gives you your silverware and your what have yous. And we said, let's just do takeout. Okay. You show up inside of our little lobby, you get your sandwich, you go. Yeah. And in 2020, we blew up. I mean, it was the first day where I made the joke of like, hey, we're going to do it this Friday. You know, if you guys want to stop through. And next thing you know, we had a huge line out the door at 10:55. And I never expected it. I really didn't. Like, I put it up on Facebook on my personal account before I even had the Fire Chicken account. Okay. Put it up on my personal Facebook, put up the logo. And I was like, well, look, guys, if you guys want to get a chicken sandwich, we're running it Friday and Saturday, super short hours from 11 till 5. The first day we were sold out at 2 o'clock. No shit. And it was... We sold 40 pounds of chicken in 3 hours. And it was just one of those moments where it's like, who would have thunk? You know, like, maybe we got something here. Yeah. So we open up the second day, and we sell just as much. And then fast forward 6 months, and we're open 5 days a week. And then we're still running our late night, where we're running till 2 o'clock in the morning, which sucked, but was great because you get to see some of the craziest stuff down on Bridge Street at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't wait to get into that because I need to hear about that. There's a couple stories that I will definitely be glad to break into. But, oh yeah, man, we were slinging chicken for a hot minute out at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then 2.5 years later, and Now we're a staple. Now we're a household name in Ashtabula selling fried chicken sandwiches.
And see, that's awesome though, because like people think like fried chicken sandwich, such a simple concept, but truly it's not. I mean, like break it down, you know what I mean? Like to really differentiate yourself, you're gonna need to differentiate yourself in some way. You know, any business, any person that's doing anything in terms of trying to make themselves or their company a success, you have to differentiate yourself.
Sure.
So
Sure.
KFC became successful because they have that fucking secret recipe, right? That no one can fucking decipher. But I heard it was deciphered.
The 3,200
Yeah.
secreted herbs and spices, and
But
we went the opposite way.
you've done some shit to differentiate yourself. So when I went there, I got lettuce, tomato, pickle, and some grilled onions on my shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was a juicy tomato.
Yeah.
It was crisp lettuce.
Mhm.
The onions, I'm an onion guy, big time.
Mhm.
The onions were amazing. And the pickles, bro. The pickles.
It's because we
Those
make it
are
all
house
in-house.
made.
We make it all in house, and you know what? It's crazy because
That's
it-
differentiating
and
you.
it's not hard.
Sure.
It's not hard to make your own pickles. It's not hard to do some of these like simple nuances. To
Sure.
really try and push people and be like, hey man, like we're not lying to you. This is a good sandwich. The home style, southern style chickens
Yeah.
with homemade ingredients. House made. I didn't make it in my home.
Sure.
My home's literally the size of a cubicle. But my housemaid, my restaurant, you know, we've got plenty of space to be able to do all this stuff. And I mean, that's what we do is each week we get big old cases of cucumbers. We break them down. We make our own pickles.
That's fantastic.
The buns, we buy buns.
Yeah,
We
no,
buy
I mean,
buns. I'm not a baker. I've tried being a baker. I tried being a baker once upon a time, and anybody that ever watched me try and make a brioche bun saw me just crash and burn time after time. I mean, it was like a 2-month blue October, like just the saddest depression. It was like watching the Counting Crows live every single time. I was trying to make a brioche bun. It was the saddest
I love your
thing
references right here, man. I love your references.
Yeah, but
Counting Crows.
you know, you're sad. You're so depressed after listening to an album, and it's like, I tried being a baker and it didn't work. So we buy our buns, but we make our pickles. We make all of our sauces in house. We run 7 different sauces now.
So you make your own
started with
ranch?
1. Yeah, why not?
Dude, that's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
dope.
So we started with just a signature sauce, which is like a chipotle mayonnaise.
Okay.
Chipotles, mayonnaise, mustard, a couple
Secret ingredients. I got you.
secret ingredients called A1.
Hell yeah. I love me
No,
some
for
A1,
real,
bro.
for real. When we were making this sauce, so we took over this restaurant, right?
Right.
And when we took over this restaurant building, there was still all the food left over from the previous restaurant.
How
right?
long had it been there?
Not long.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
like we took it over. They shut down in March, and we took it over in June.
Okay.
So it was stopgap, you know.
Okay.
So I'm making this sauce, and I'm like, well, I know what I want the sauce to be, and I'm mixing, taste it again, taste it again. Fucking missing. So like every good chef, you start taking a walk, and you go down to the basement, and there's all this random stuff. You know, Lori's seasoned salt, and tahini, all this different stuff. So I'm walking by and I see little bottles of A1 sauce, and on the side of it says, I love chicken. You know, and everybody thinks A1 steak sauce.
Yeah, yeah.
A1 steak sauce. And on the side it says, I love chicken with a big heart. And I go, well, if you love chicken, well, let's give this a whirl. So I put the sauce on. I put it inside of our sauce, and I mix it, and I put it on top of the chicken. Walk in.
Nice.
It. And now I'm not going to say that's the only secret ingredient in it, but
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
A1 is like a killer in it. Mwah. So
Yeah.
good. But no, after we made that sauce, everybody loved it. And then we moved on to our own house-made ranch, which originally we called it Tiger Ranch because Tiger King was a big thing.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Now this is pandemic era, remember? So
yeah, right. So we've always kept online with the trend of what's going on.
Yeah.
So like in 2020, Tiger Ranch was the biggest fucking thing going on. So,
Yeah.
I don't even remember the reference that I made, but if anybody follows anything about Fire Chicken, they'll know that I'm A, funny, B, manic depressive, and C, probably just funny again.
That's fantastic.
It's like it all mixes. And I used to do these weird like story times
Okay.
on our Facebook post where I would just write 10 paragraphs of a story about a chicken sandwich. And then people would love it. I'd just see like 150 likes on me writing this like monologue about a chicken sandwich. And you can obviously tell that this person's mentally ill.
That's amazing.
They're like, I like it. I like it. This guy, he knows his things.
This guy fucks.
Yeah.
This guy fucks. That's fantastic. Dude, see, that's awesome. Like, I just talked about differentiating yourself, right? So, how many people or businesses go on and write a monologue about a sandwich?
I have not seen one aside from me.
Yeah.
Like, now,
I haven't either.
There's a hot dog spot, and I feel bad because I can't remember their name. They're not in Erie. But somebody just turned me on to them, and they have like a very similar style to how we put our Facebook post up and our Instagram post up. And it's like that same like unhinged, deranged, like I don't know if this is funny or if nobody's gonna get it, but I'm gonna make the post anyway.
Oh fuck
You
yeah.
know? And no, I love them. I gotta check them out. I haven't tried them yet. It's something hot dogs. But
A glizzy.
the glizzies. We're selling glizzies right now.
You guys got glizzies?
We're selling glizzies 2 for $6 right now.
You guys got glizzies?
Well, we're selling chili. We're selling chili. So,
Like chili dogs?
well, we're selling chili everything.
Okay.
We're calling it chili all day. So one of my line cooks, his name is Zach Taylor. If anybody knows him.
That's my fucking sales manager name at my dealership.
I was gonna
Zach
say,
Taylor.
Somebody might know him, but he's my line cook and he's a good dude. But he came and worked in it one day, and I make I'll call it like family meal.
Sure.
Not every day, but 3-4 days a week. And I was originally thinking about making risotto that day. And he goes in and he goes, I could kill for some fucking shit. And I go, well, I'll make some chili. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, if I'm making chili for you, might as well make chili for everybody else. And we can sell it at the restaurant because I make really good chili. So next thing you know, I'm over at Save a Lot and I'm buying $50 worth of ground beef, another $30 in beans and tomatoes and everything that you need for chili.
Yeah.
So I'm like $100 deep into this chili.
Yeah.
So I make 5 gallons of chili. A lot of fucking.
Oh, I bet.
But we're like, well, we're going to run it as chili all day. So we're doing, speaking of which, there's chili mac in there. I brought some chili mac for you guys.
Oh my God.
Chili mac, chili.
Yeah.
You know, just chili on chili. Chili cheese fries. Chili on a chicken sandwich. If you bring Fritos and eggs, we'll make chilaquiles. But recently, it was yesterday, I was sitting with my staff, and I'm like, well, you know, what else do you put chili on? What do you put chili on? And they're like, hot dog? And so I'm like, all right, well, fucking, I go buy like, I don't know, 32 all beef hot dogs.
Yeah.
And now we're selling chili dogs, chili cheese dogs.
That's amazing.
But they're good. They're good. And they're 2 for $6. I mean, how can you beat it?
You can't beat 2 for $6, man. You can't. Like, the only way you can beat it is in college, drunk as shit, 2 in the morning on a Saturday going into a Sunday. You're at Sheetz. And this is back when Sheetz had 2 for 99 cents, but they were the 99-cent hot dogs.
Bless Sheets.
Oh my God,
Bless
dude.
Sheets.
I went in there with $4 in college. I felt like a king because I would just get like 5 orders of hot dogs. God bless Sheetz. Like,
you were the menace of Sheets.
I was the menace.
You were the
Sheetz,
menace
bro.
of Sheets.
I was the fucking menace.
Yeah, they would see you coming through the window and they go, here he fucking comes again.
Here he comes. He's gonna stink like weed, stale beer. sex and he wants chili dogs, and I would get the chili dogs with coleslaw and fucking cheddar cheese on it, like the nacho cheese sauce shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. The neon yellow,
Yes.
radioactive yellow cheese sauce.
And
it's
I
the
never
best,
knew.
dog. It's the best. Nobody
is.
knows why it's the best.
No,
Nobody even knows if it's actually cheese or not.
it's not. It's not. You know,
It's a product of cheese, maybe.
it's shame and sadness, just
All wrapped into one.
Yeah. And I never knew why I felt like shit the next day after eating that stuff. It wasn't because I was hungover, because I can handle my booze. It was definitely the chili dogs.
You couldn't handle the cheese sauce.
No, fuck no. So you're in here, you're at Fire Chicken, you're making a name for yourself, but that restaurant, you said that there was a stopgap and there was shit in the basement. Where did that come from? The stuff in the basement.
So, as we've continued to search into this building, we've realized that there's probably stuff from 4 or 5 different restaurants, honestly. And I mean, it dates all the way back to like Doxy Deli. With like, remember growing up and you go to Doxy Deli and
Yep.
you get your eggs and your bacon and your hash browns and your blah blah blahs. And we have stuff that has dated all the way back to Doxy Deli time, because when you go inside this building, there's all these like little weird corridors in the basement where like it's like if you take a wrong turn, you end up in Narnia, and then you're talking to a weird goat man, and like you just want to make your way back to the kitchen, but you don't know how to make your way back, so you have to make a trade for some fryer baskets. And in any case, there's all these weird little corridors inside of our basement, and the farther we pull them back, the more weird stuff we keep finding. You know, and like some stuff we've used where it's like, well, I mean, I can use that, I guess, but
How
like,
fucking big is this basement?
it's bigger than you think. People look at that building, and especially considering you walk into the front and you see the little lobby,
Right.
and then we've got the little tiny kitchen up front, and then there's a little lobby in the back where you can go sit. But then once you go down in the basement, it's the whole building is worth the stretch, and it's one big long stretch. It's one big long corridor, and then it breaks off into a bunch of different things. And it's so weird once you start digging into it. And I mean, since then, we started to really pack up and kind of tote up a whole bunch of stuff trying to organize it. But as I said, the more you dig into it, I mean, I found chili pots a couple days ago, yesterday, and I had no idea that they were in there. They were wrapped up in garbage bags.
What year was that building built?
1899,
Holy
98, 97.
So
Looks like it's been built in 1898, 97.
So is it pretty fucking creepy down there or what?
Oh, I've had a couple employees that have already told me that it's probably haunted. That they don't like bringing so we do our cash deposits at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go down to the basement. And the cash deposits, when you bring the cash deposits down, I've heard it from 2 different people now that it's like, I've heard somebody whispering to me. I've heard knocking inside of the other room. And honestly, it's Bridge Street. Who knows what could have died down there? Honestly.
Who knows what's still alive down there?
Well,
You might have a Gollum Smeagol situation down there.
watch, he's been there since like 1915. He's somebody's grandpa. Yeah, he procreated somehow.
He did?
But then he ended up down there. But he's just a legend of a bygone era of Bridge Street. Because, I mean, we were talking about this before we got on camera, that Bridge Street's this crazy idea of a destination spot nowadays. Because it's like, oh man, you go down here and you go get your fine dining and you go do your little shops and
Yeah.
oh, it's so cute. Oh, look, they got a little froggy on a wine bottle. Wow. And then rewind 50 years ago and like every single top second floor is a brothel. You know, like there's just a
missed
murder in every bar every other night. It's just this like crazy port town. And then you fast forward and now we're here. And now it's like looking at like, you know what it is? It's that meme where you see like the ancient time wolves, you know, where they're like
Yes.
6 feet long, big gnarly things, and then you fast forward to a Pomeranian,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, how did we
get there?
How did we get here?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
did we get from point A to point whatever this is?
Yeah.
Point P.
Point B.
But yeah. So who knows? Who knows what could be down there? Could be the ghost of somebody's granddad, grandmom, something.
Grande.
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 You have no idea. So the Ashtabula Harbor Bridge Street, recently, in the past like 15 years, I can count, there have been countless different restaurants down there. And, you know, yours is thriving. Before you, I remember the Fifth, I think it was called Fifth Street.
Fifth Street Kitchen.
And they had the red eye gravy there. It was the greatest thing I ever fucking tried in my life. Before
good
that, it was
stuff.
Grindhouse.
Correct. And then it was Grindhouse 1 and Grindhouse 2.
Okay.
So we refer to it as Grindhouse 1 and Grindhouse 2 because, as I mentioned, the first one was owned by Time Simon, not the
Not the Tom Simon.
Tom Simon. Tom Simon. He smoked cigarettes constantly. You'd always see him out front. But
Smoking cigs.
and then it got taken over by my buddy Tyler and my buddy John and Nate, and they went in on Grindhouse, and for a while they were rocking and rolling, and then they got like a cease and desist by Grindhouse Killer Burgers out in Atlanta, and that was a bummer because then they're like, you have to change your name, and they're like, well, fuck it, we weren't thinking about doing burgers as much anyway, so they moved over to the Fifth Street, totally different design. They went brunch instead.
Yeah.
And it's weird now because like we took over their Facebook page, and I was a huge fan of his food, you know.
Yeah.
And I would share all of his posts. So now when I go on Facebook, I'll get like, so we've changed the name from Fifth Street to Fire Chicken Sandwiches on the Facebook page. So I'll get these weird memories, and it's like Fire Chicken Sandwiches. All right, guys, we're making a waffle red eye gravy sausage PBR cocktail sandwich, and if you aren't here to have it, well, that's just your problem, man. And it'd just be like, I'd read it and go, well, that sounds like me, but I didn't make that sandwich. So like I'd have to look at it and be like, oh, that was Tyler. Oh shit. But like you would look at it and you go, huh, we got similar post styles here.
Oh, hell yeah.
But like it would be completely different. I remember some of them were just like, I'm not even selling this sandwich. This is an experimental sandwich. So if you're starting to lick our windows outside, let us know. And it's like, that'd be something I would say.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Similar styles.
Oh, I get it. It's not about the building, you know? You're
Yeah.
like, but no, I mean that building has been so many different things. Even before, what was it? It was before us, was Fifth Street, Grindhouse 2, Grindhouse 1, Loading Docks.
What the fuck is that?
Nobody knows what Loading Docks was.
Do you know what Loading Docks was?
I know exactly what Loading Docks was. I went there one time and I did not like it.
What was it?
It was like, so it was a failed attempt at soft serve ice cream with the hot dogs and the burgers. You know, like when you go out to like Whippy Dip or you go out to like any of those, you go for the experience and the destination. And I'm not saying that Whippy Dip's bad. Whippy Dip's great. I love Whippy Dip. But like it's those, got a little tiny grill and we're making some hot dogs and some flour patties, and it just never held up to the snuff of Bridge Street, where you know how Bridge Street is. It's like people turn their nose up if
That's true.
you know if it's not high octane. Like it should be Michelin star food when it goes down to Bridge Street, even though it's in the middle of Ashtabula, Ohio. But there's just this air around Bridge Street to where you have to know what the fuck you're doing.
That's 100% true, man. There was a restaurant I remember. I was in college. Gorilla Burrito or Monster Burrito.
Monster Burrito. You're thinking Monster Burrito.
That shit.
Gorilla Burrito was on the other side of town.
Yeah, Gorilla Burrito was on 20.
Yeah.
Monster Burrito was there. And I think it's the guys that owned Lure out in...
Bar Lure?
Yeah. I think they owned it. They were about to open, and I went in there, and they gave me a burrito with this hot sauce. Hottest fucking sauce I've ever had in my life. And I love hot shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Me too.
ghost pepper, scorpion
The hot
pepper.
shit don't like me, but I like hot shit.
The Pocky One Chip Challenge, bro. I masturbate to the thought of that shit. Like,
Just don't eat the chip, then masturbate, because
no, no, I don't want to do
Words
that.
of the wise.
Quick story. I had chopped up some jalapenos in my kitchen one day, and I just, I took out the center with all the seeds.
And then you went
everything.
masturbated.
No. I just left them on a plate to dry because I was gonna have my wife plant them. Well, one day I picked them up and I was looking at them, seeing how dry they were, ready to plant.
Yeah,
And then I put them down, and 5 minutes later I went to the restroom, and let me tell you what, I was like, wow, what the fuck is that? I feel like I just got icy hot on my
On
my
your
dick.
dick?
exactly
Yeah.
what it feels like.
And then I'm like,
That's capsaicin giving you a little kiss.
yeah. And I'm wash my hands, and as I'm washing my hands, it's getting worse. I'm like, oh nope, I gotta pull out a towel. I gotta wipe my shit off. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it was a good 10 minutes like that, and I was like,
Oh yeah, you're just.
I can't.
I would think
Nothing
that
you
would be
can do.
awesome.
I couldn't
Nothing
sit
you can
still. I'm like,
do.
oh my god, this shit is getting
You just
worse
have
by
to
the
accept
second.
it.
Yeah, it was rough. Definitely rough.
That burrito, what I was getting at, that burrito place though, those gentlemen made such a impact on me though with how passionate they were. I was so surprised they weren't there, but I think they opened up a sushi spot in Madison. And there's a dude I went to high school with who worked there for a long time. His name was Josh Dean.
Oh, Josh Dean was one of my groomsmen in my wedding.
Oh no shit, bro. How's he
Yeah,
doing?
Josh Dean's my boy.
How's he doing?
He's doing good.
Is he still around here?
Yeah, he's married now to his wife Jamie Dean,
No shit.
and they work over at Marco Vineyards now. They're wine goers now,
Good
so
for
they
them.
work out in the vineyard, and yeah, they're good folk. They're good friends.
I saw his brother Jake working at Lowe's actually,
Mhm.
and I didn't recognize him at first because like
Yeah, nobody does.
yeah, like,
yeah.
he had like last time I saw him he had really long hair and he was going out to Cali and stuff, and I saw him he had short hair and stuff, and he's like, "Hey Tom," and I'm like,
Nope.
"Oh my God, Jake, dude, holy shit!" But it was cool to see him. But Josh, man, he was a white dude rolling sushi.
Still does. Still roll sushi like no tomorrow.
He
Actually,
can?
for a little bit, what was it? When I was working over at Basque, I was a head chef there for a little bit. And it was like 3 years. But during that time, Josh Dean we had moved to this weird time in the Basque timeline where we were like, fuck it, let's do sushi again. Because they originally started with sushi. And they started with Rory Sintic, or they called him Rory Moto. And once again, another white guy rolling sushi.
Fuck yeah.
But I mean, he was great. He was great. And then he boogied, and then in come me, which then Basque made the shift from like sushi and steak to steak and or like I'll call it rustic Italian French
Okay.
food.
Yeah,
You know.
because they do duck and shit there, don't
Oh
they?
yeah, oh yeah. So I was head chef there for a hot minute, and Josh Dean comes in because we're starting to do sushi, which it was so great because we're this fine dining establishment that already has this great line on tuna and great line on escolar and great line on shrimp, and we can get this fresh fish. And it was a kid in a candy shop for him because it's like instead of getting these like bricks of tuna,
Yeah.
we'd just throw him a whole loin of fresh tuna that just got taken off of the boat 3 days ago and be like, all right, cut that down and let's make sushi out of it. And you'd see him smile ear to ear, where it's like, that's what most sushi chefs dream of, is to be able to just have this fresh fish available anytime that you want it. And most oftentimes they have to deal with like what your purveyor can give to you.
Sure. Yeah, you're
and
the
they sell them in like, I've seen them before. They sell them in these big bricks that are like that big, And it's tuna.
Yeah.
It's plenty tuna. I bet it's just like it's mechanically cut, not processed. But
Okay.
Cut. Tuna.
Okay.
So it's like perfect squares.
Yeah.
But it was so cool to just get these whole loins. And I mean, during the summertime, it was great because like you go to Walmart and tuna's like $14.99 a pound, but during the peak summertime, we were getting it for $5 a pound. This like A1 tuna, beautiful, beautiful tuna, and we would get it for a screaming hot deal. And then we would break it down and turn it into sushi. It was great. And if we didn't sell all of it, well, then we got to eat it for our family meal at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So we would have these sushi plates as big as this table. I mean, and we would just go, all right, guys, there's 6 of us. Get to it.
That's awesome.
Get to it. And then, yeah, it was good times. Good times. Josh Dean's a good friend of mine.
You're very passionate like about food. How did you start in the industry?
That's a good question.
Did you always want to do
first job or first like time that I actually knew that I wanted to make food?
First time you knew you
because
wanted
it's all
to make
been food. It's all been food.
it? Okay. First time you knew you wanted to do food.
I was working over at Briquettes.
Okay.
Bricks 1.
Okay.
So we refer to them by numbers. So Bricks 1 was where Renix is now.
Yes.
So that's Bricks 1. Bricks 2 is where Nights and Weekends is.
Yes.
And then Bricks 3 is obviously
The new one.
the Megalocalypse.
Yes.
But no, I started over at Bricks 1 back in 2009, something like that.
Okay.
And I mean, it's funny. I had just lost like 75 pounds. And
good for you.
I mean, I'm a big boy now, but I was big. Oh, big boy. And they even joked about where it's just like, we wouldn't have hired you if you were 400 pounds. Gratefully understood.
Yeah.
So I started working for them and really cut my teeth on it. John Sanger, he's a good personal close friend of mine. But that's when I started really working with him and Nate Rockwell, who's still the owner of Briquettes. And yeah, I mean, like they pulled no punches with their line cook.
Okay.
I mean, I say line cook because it was me and one other person. There wasn't like a brigade of people, like 5 kitchen guys. It was like me standing in the back, just cutting pork.
Sure.
But no, they really put the nines on me on learning how to cut and learning knife skills and seasoning food and preparing it and blah blah blah. So then I leave there and I go down to Florida for a little bit. I go down there for 2 years. Great time living in Florida. Terrible time working down there. I worked at an Applebee's, but it was across the street from the Daytona 500.
No.
So like, I shit you not, like I'm like, all right, I'll work at an Applebee's. How hard can it be? And then the Daytona 500 or like the Rolex 24 set or the 24-hour race would come through, and we would just be absolutely demolished. And like, you know, you'd have to keep up. Eventually, I left there and I started working at another place down there. It was Joe's Crab Shack, and once again, I can't get myself out of the way of danger. So I got this job, and it was 20 yards off the pier, and it was like a destination spot. People want to go to this place because it's off the pier, down a boardwalk. And I mean, this place grossed $2.6 million in the first month that it was open. And then here's just me inside the kitchen losing my fucking mind. Just like, oh, there's 300 orders that are on this board right now. We gotta go. And like, you know, you're trying to keep up and you can't. It's like 2-hour wait times for food. And somehow all these cheerleaders are just still sitting here waiting for their 12 shrimp and French fries. And it's like your whole family's been sitting here for 2 hours. Dad's drunk. He's been sipping Mai Tai since he first got here. Mom, we lost her a long time ago. And they're still just sitting there for food. So like, I melted my mind off of selling fast food. Not fast food, but like food fast. So I moved back into town because John Sanger, he messages me and he goes, hey man, I need a sous chef for my restaurant. And like, you worked for me, you're a good dude, I trust you. I want you to come back. So I started working for this guy, and I mean, it's fine dining, so it's way different from what I'm used to, which I'm thankful for. It's
Yeah.
what I wanted. And he did not pull punches. John Sanger, I love you very much, but you are a very angry traditional French chef. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't beat me with ladles. I mean, I thought about it for a while where he was getting close to it.
Shit like that? For real?
Well, he demands excellence. You know what I mean? Like, if it's not right, it's not right. And if it's not right, why the fuck did you make it in the first place? You know, and which
Damn.
at first it's like super scary. And
Sure.
then after 7 months, it's still super scary. You know, but then like after 5 years, you kind of get used to it.
Sure.
And, you know, it's like after the first year, all of a sudden I noticed that like my food elevated, even like off time. You know, I mean,
Sure.
just cooking home was just like, wow, I didn't know I could make that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I fast forward, and that's how I became head chef, was like,
That's awesome.
I mean, I was his most trustworthy guy there. I wanted it. I wanted to learn how to make food. I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to be that guy.
Yeah.
And he ran with that. As soon as he started tasting my food and he knew that there was something to it, as soon as he knew that I had like a good flavor profile and I knew how to make it, he just ran me as far as he possibly could to be like, look, I'm going to get the most that I can out of you so you can learn. And that's exactly what happened. So like, I get out of Basque because I'm burnt out. Bless him. It was the most high octane I think I've ever done, ever. I mean, I own a chicken restaurant where I sell $500 worth of chicken in 30 minutes. And I'd rather do that than cook for 12 hours making sauces and braises and like calling all these tickets for 17 different things all at once while you've got another 32 tickets coming through the ticket machine. It was crazy.
I don't think I
Crazy
could,
guy.
man.
Crazy restaurant, but they're successful
Yeah.
because they don't pull punches.
Sure.
They've never once pulled a punch. But I'd go on this like crazy existential crisis trip out to the West Coast. So I started traveling through Arizona and California and Nevada and Washington and Oregon, and you know, I'm working at different places. I'm trying different stuff out. I became a pit master at a random California restaurant. It was a population of 200 people. It was called Guinda, California, which is really difficult to look for because Guinda also means cherry in Spanish. So if you look up Guinda in Instagram, you just get a whole bunch of sexy ladies. You know, like nothing about the actual town. It's just like sexy Hispanic ladies.
Oh, fantastic.
All right. But no, it's called Guinda, California. It's a population of 200 people, but their only name to fame is two things. A general store that's got a picture of Mickey on the side, and it literally just in a voice bubble just says, "Please do not piss on the side of the building." Literally it says, "Do not pee on the side of the building," and it's Mickey going, "Shit you not." I couldn't make it up if I tried. And then the other one was the barbecue restaurant, which I had blown into town, and I was trying to work on their farm. I was doing like a WOOF program kind of situation where I'm like working on a farm for food and just trying to travel.
Yeah.
So like some stuff goes down over at this barbecue restaurant, and I go from just trying to help out the barbecue restaurant to pitmaster in one day. And then I only know how to make Midwestern barbecue. I don't
Sure.
know how to make California barbecue.
Okay.
'Cause they do Portuguese barbecue where it's like tri-tips and linguiça sausage and stuff like that.
Oh,
Completely-
tri-tip, bro.
Completely different barbecue. It's called a Santa Maria style barbecue where it's got like this wheel that you can turn like a torture device, like a meat torture device.
No shit.
And it's a big square grill that you can roll it down into the live fire. And the farther you roll it down, the farther it gets into the live fire and the hotter it gets. And if you roll it up, you can smoke it. So me as a Midwestern boy, I started breaking out ribs and pork shoulders and whole chickens. And they were doing tri-tips, which I was still doing the tri-tips. But it was like well, I want to make what I want to make.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going to be pitmaster, then I'm going to do it my way. So we start doing it that way, and I take out the grill from behind their fence, and I move it up to the front of the road because it's a main roadway. The only roadway in Gwinda. It's the only roadway in Gwinda. And sure enough, as soon as I pull this thing up, people start pulling in. Car after car after car after car after car going, what are you guys cooking? Well, ribs and pork shoulders and chicken. And, well, when you open? 11 o'clock. And then all of a sudden we start getting this influx of business because I'm now smoking it in front of people. It's a show.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, I hung out there for a little bit, and then I ended up moving out to Washington and came back, and then that's where we come back to full circle is barbecue restaurant, trying to open up a restaurant, didn't work out. Chicken. Now we're at chicken.
Damn. That's a fucking adventure. Would you agree, Anthony?
I wouldn't.
Beautiful input.
Anthony's doing like all the God. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. You guys, I mean, you guys watch our podcast, you know, but we're never live. We've been live one other time. This is our second live show. This man is just, I mean, all this guy does is fucking hustle. I mean, he's out here fucking grinding for this show, and I respect the fuck out of it, man.
You gotta respect the hustle.
I mean, you have to. I couldn't do much without help from others. You know what I mean? And I think that's true in the restaurant industry. You know,
yeah. You're only as strong as your staff, man.
You're only as strong as the people you surround yourself with.
I can't do this by myself. And I tell that to people all the time. They're like, you're chicken sandwiches. You're fire chicken sandwiches. And I go, I'm part of fire chicken sandwiches.
Exactly.
And what gets people, and my mom hates this all the time because I always go, oh, we're doing good. We're doing this. We are going to be doing this. And she would always go like, why do you say we instead of you? And I go, well, because there is no me when it comes to fire chicken.
Exactly.
I'm as strong as my staff is.
Yeah.
So if I can't be open 7 days a week by myself.
Sure.
I can't stand there and sell chicken and then make the chicken and sell it to you 7 days a week for 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. Nobody wants to do it, not in a million years.
Yeah.
So I depend on my staff because my staff I trust with my life.
Yeah.
And honestly, I take care of my staff, and I think we mentioned this already where it's like I cook family meals for my staff like 3-4 days a week, and I keep them happy. I keep them from eating chicken sandwiches all the time so they don't get tired of it. But I mean, we made damn near everything. I mean, we made braised fish. I made musubis. I've made pasta and so many different rice dishes. I mean, like, literally, if you've ever driven out in front of Fire Chicken Sandwich, you see this, like, little shitty gas propane grill.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's where the magic happens. That's where the magic happens. And Harbor Perk knows. Harbor Perk knows because they get all the leftovers of whatever we eat. So, like, I'll make this big, huge thing of rice and chicken and veggies and what have you. And, like, we'll eat 3/4 of it or 2/3 of it or even sometimes just half of it. Well, we don't want it to go to waste, so I'll just run it over to the Harbor Perk, and Steve and Mikey, they're running a good ship over there.
So Steve and Mike do own that now.
They do.
Julius was telling me that Mike now runs it there.
Yep.
Because that was Julius's best friend.
Yeah, they're good dudes. So I run food over to there all the time. Cause it's like they scratch our back, we scratch theirs.
Hell yeah.
So, we just try and take care of them because, I mean, what else would we do aside from just throw it out?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I ain't going to sell it to somebody.
No, yeah.
But no, Harbor Perks always treat us good, so we treat them good.
That's awesome. It's all about cultivating that. That atmosphere of camaraderie, man. I mean, like.
Oh yeah.
There was a show that came out on Hulu earlier this year called The Bear.
Oh, very familiar with it.
Yeah.
I think anybody that's ever worked in the kitchen industry had to watch that show.
So I watched it.
Had to.
And I saw like that camaraderie, and I saw like the family style meals and all that. And
it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Actually, that show had a lot of
It had Matty Matheson, which I fucking love.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Matty Matheson, dude.
But he had that whole show had so many moments where it was so relative to how kitchen workers work, where it even broke down to where at one point he's taking a break and you could see like the burn scars on his hands.
Yeah.
Because they had to make the definition to make sure you see the burn scars on his hands, because no good kitchen worker doesn't have burn scars on their hands. And he was drinking out of a 1-quart clear plastic container, which if anybody's ever worked in the kitchen, they know that's the best fucking shit to drink out of, because
That
it's
reminded
a
me
whole
of
quart
Trailer
of
Park
water.
Boys. That reminded me of Trailer Park Boys for some reason when I know what scene you're talking about in there. I don't know why it reminded me of Trailer Park Boys, but it did.
What part?
When Ricky drinks out of
drinking a quart of liquor? Or what?
Yeah, when he drinks out of the random shit, man. Like when Ricky just drinks out of
the
tuna fish can.
The tuna fish can. What was the one where it was like a dogfish bowl or a dog bowl, and like
he took the fucking Diet Coke and cut the bottom and drank from the bottom there. But yeah, I mean, like,
hey man, nobody wants to admit they ate 13 cans of ravioli.
But I did, and I'm ashamed of myself. You know, the first two don't count. You know, on the hash driveway. But what killed me about that show? There was the episode where they went to Cicero's kid's party, him and the cousin, and he got the Xanax and the fucking Ecto Cooler. Dude, Ecto Cooler.
Coming back.
Wait,
it comes back. It's coming back again, I guarantee you.
Dude, I was pissed that you couldn't get it. I was pissed you couldn't get it this last time. You had to be like a fucking influencer or something like that to get it. But when...
There's got to be a way to buy some powder online. Some, like, black market Ecto Cooler powder.
You have to be able to, bro, because, like...
It's, like, mixed with ketamine, probably.
Oh, bro, that'd be a fucking trip.
It's way better.
Dude, when the Ghostbusters Woman one came out with Chris Hemsworth as, like, the eye candy, me and my buddy Dave Clemens, we went to Big Lots for some reason. We were getting something. I don't remember what it was, but we were stoned. And they had Ecto Cooler in the pop cans at the time. This was early the 2010s.
Pop.
I was so fucking baked. I bought the entire fucking pallet of it.
As you should have. You should have kept it.
Bro, I kept a couple cans, but I moved out of the house like about 7 years ago. And I went back to get it, like into my old bedroom. It ain't fucking there. So I asked my mom, I'm like, what'd you do? And she was like, there were all pop cans in there. I threw that shit out. I was like, you stupid idiot. Stupid asshole, man. Like, not really. My mom's a great lady.
Yeah, nobody ever wants to insult their mother.
Yeah, never.
Well,
yeah,
within reason.
But like,
not my mom. My mom's a saint, but
yeah, I mean, I love my mom. She's 95
We're a bunch of
pounds.
boys that love our moms.
Yeah. She's 95 pounds. She doesn't eat food. She just drinks Maker's Mark and fucking a liter pickle. Every once in a while.
Bless.
Awesome.
Bless. I wish I could get my mom to start drinking Maker's Mark. She drinks half a glass of Riesling and she's having a good time.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, trust me, this is going to be Christmas this year. We've already talked, my wife and I have already talked about it. I'm making a big thing of mulled wine and we're going to get my mom drunk on Christmas Eve. It's going to be a great time.
That's
great
awesome.
Time. Very, very wholesome.
We bought a Bartesian. I don't know if have you ever heard of a Bartesian?
There's a Bartesian.
It's a Keurig for alcohol.
Oh.
So literally, it's this Keurig, right?
Oh.
And there's
I have seen these.
Bro, like, I told my mom that I got it, right? And on Thanksgiving, my mom comes over and she makes a beeline for the kitchen. And she's like, where's this booze Keurig? And I was like, it's right here. Make me a drink. So I made her a drink. I made her an old fashioned out of it.
I thought you meant she was talking to the Bartesian. Like
she was
like
not.
It's like an Alexa where it's like, make me a drink.
How dope would that be, though?
I wish it did.
That'd be amazing.
That would be dope. Hey, Bartesia. Doo-doo.
Yeah. What would you like?
Can you make me a Jameson and ginger real quick?
Fine. And then she does it. Enjoy,
That would actually be
bitch.
pretty fucking sweet.
Oh, I want to live in the future.
You could say it from your phone and have it ready for you by the time
By
you
the
get
time
here.
you get home.
Look, I'm heading home. I would like a little cocktail on the way home. No, sorry, not on the way home. When I get home.
I would like one on the way home, too. But
Just
Ready for you whenever you get there.
drinking and driving. Classic. Not really. That's an awful thing to say.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
Wait till
do that.
wait till electric vehicles fucking driving themselves. I bet you that'll be a problem.
Oh, that's going to be the Tesla get you home safe mobile.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
dude.
just strap in your lifeless body, and Tesla is going to take care of you. Don't worry about it. Elon Musk has got your back. Don't sue me.
Funny.
Dude, and now he's got Twitter, which is wild. Elon Musk don't give a fuck, bro. I mean, you and I were talking about guys like Elon, Kanye, and shit like that the other day. Dudes that are just like going wild right now, dude. Like, Elon's really like. I used to look at Elon as like the savior, right? Like, Elon's gonna like fucking save us all. Bro, he's Dr. Evil now, bro.
Look, man, sometimes you have to crack a couple eggs to make an omelet.
And that's true. That's true. I respect.
He's like Batman. We hate him because he does things that we can't do.
Correct. I mean, motherfucker's gonna get me to Mars one day.
I mean, honestly, if anybody's gonna have like a bat signal, it'd probably be the Elon Musk. It'd just be the Tesla symbol in the middle of the sky.
I mean, that's true, bro. Because,
Elon,
like,
help us,
dude. What if he became president?
Okay, so I want to pose a question.
Yeah.
There's a meteor, like a full scale, a big boy meteor. Not that it's gonna happen. Not that it's gonna happen. Science has already proven that there's not even a minute chance that there's going to be a world ender anytime in our future.
Yeah.
But say there was.
Yeah.
So there's a big boy meteor making its way towards Ashtabula, Ohio.
Okay.
Who are you going to call top 3?
Who am I going
to Ghostbusters might be number 1. I'm not sure.
I don't think I call the Ghostbusters because at this point Bill Murray's just done some fucked up shit to kids, and I don't want any part of that.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Top 3 people. I probably call Morgan Freeman to soothe me because I know I'm going to die.
Okay.
Number 2, I'd probably call Tyrone Biggums because he smokes rocks. You know what I'm saying?
You think he's just going to smoke the rock away?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Tyrone Biggums. There's something you might not know about me, Joe Rogan. I smoke rocks. Like that, dude. Elon would be one of the people I would call, though, because that motherfucker probably already has a fucking deterrent system.
I imagine that he's probably already got it to turn it into a doomsday device if he really needed to.
Yeah.
He's just going to hold us hostage over Twitter. He's going to do like a live Twitter and be like, should I drop the meteor or not?
Yeah, no. I mean, at this point, I mean, the dude's so fucking rich. I mean, like, did you know that he was the guy that one of the dudes that invented PayPal?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that until like 3 weeks ago. I literally didn't know that until like 3 weeks ago because I saw this motherfucker had a video where he was getting like a Maybach or a Maserati and it was being delivered off a fucking semi-truck. And he's like, yeah, it's one of like 100 in the world. And, I just did some shit with PayPal. And I was like, oh, he did shit with PayPal. So probably like invested stock. And then I look it up.
Nah, made it.
He made
it.
Like, bitch, I was using PayPal back in 2003.
I've been running into this. It's a constant conversation of, is Elon Musk a good person or a bad person?
What do you think, Anthony?
I think he's a rich person.
Yes. Is he a good person? Is he a rich person? Or is he a bad person?
Well, he's definitely a rich person.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's not a
I
question.
think rich is.
Well,
honestly.
yeah, he's definitely a rich person. I don't think that's a question. I would say, oh no, are we out?
Uh-oh.
Are we cut? Hold on. Maybe our camera just jacked up.
Is our camera fucked up?
I don't know, man.
What happened?
Yeah, it's out here, so it's probably good.
Oh yeah, here, we're back.
Yeah,
Cool.
All right, so that camera's out. I'll fix that later.
Yeah, we'll fix that later.
All right, so Elon Musk, do I think he's a good person, rich person, or what was the other one?
Bad person.
Yeah,
Or bad
he's really just a good or a bad person.
I think he likes to stir the pot.
He
I
does.
think he likes to stir the pot. I think he has good intentions in some things.
Don't we all, though?
I mean, not always.
I don't know. I like tea. Time to time. From time to time. Look, I don't like to start tea, but I most definitely like to third party hear about it. And we crack that joke sometimes over at the Shack, where it's like, we don't cause drama, but for some reason, we always hear about the drama. We're like the crossroads of Bridge Street. where people come in, they get a chicken sandwich, and they go, "Let me fucking tell you," and like we get all this information, and then it becomes like a high school drama inside the restaurant where it's like, "Yo, hear about this? Haha!" But it never goes. We don't talk. Nobody ever talks inside of the restaurant. It never reaches outside the four walls, but inside of our four walls, it's like the Fort Knox of every single drama that's gone down on Bridge Street. We hear about it first. It's weird. We're like,
I figured it would be the perk.
you would think. I think it's just because they're so busy, or maybe it's if you're talking to the right folk like Steve and Mikey, you know them. But they've got so many people now that work there that it's like, like, I don't know who this person, I don't know if I can spread this because I don't know who this person is. When you got over to our spot, it's like, all right, Jeremy. Or like Carly or Allison or Aaron or Zach, any of the people that work over at our establishment, they're going to be there.
Right.
We've got 6 employees, including myself.
So you'd rather watch people. You'd rather just hear about the tea.
Oh yeah, I ain't trying to spill tea.
Yeah.
I just like to watch the tea unfold.
Yeah.
I like to have somebody tell me what's going down and me go, wow.
So Elon,
Crazy.
is Elon a tea spiller or is he a tea stirrer?
He's definitely a tea stirrer.
Yeah,
I think he's I think he's a really smart person.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, man. He likes to stir the pot, but he does it. He's a troll.
He is.
Elon is absolutely a troll.
Well, it's hard because, like, imagine you had, I don't know how much he's worth, $1.2 trillion, something like that. If you had $1.2 trillion, what would you be doing with your life? Buying Twitter and trolling it, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, look at the people that have money right now, though. Or, in one man's case, had. Kanye West. All that dude did was troll and he still is. So actually, Kanye West,
just a ruse.
Dude, back in college, there was a song I heard of Lil Wayne back when Weezy was the man. And Anthony, I'm sure you remember this song when at the very end, Lil Wayne says, "I'll talk shit till I die, so come kill me." That's Kanye West right now. He's just gonna talk shit till he dies, man. Like, he's throwing some shit out there.
Oh, he's doubled down every single time somebody's been like, well, you want to pull back any of these statements that you've made recently? He's like, you know what? I wish I was there. It's like, whoa,
dude,
slow down.
There was an interview I watched recently of Kanye where it was when Kanye said slavery was a choice. And this guy was like, I don't remember who it was that was interviewing, but he said to him, "So what did you mean?" And Kanye goes, "I meant that slavery is a choice, and I believe that it is." And the guy went, "But what do you mean?" And Kanye talks about it, and he goes, "Hey, like, I signed this record deal. I'm fucking making records, and they own all my shit, so it's a slave. So I'm a slave." And the guy goes, "Oh, so you don't mean the guys that came over on the Amistad were like slaves by choice, and like the people that got thrown into farms and shit, they were slaves by choice?" And Kanye goes, "I don't know." Like, what the fuck?
He was totally unprepared for that question.
Like, how do you reconcile that, bro? Like, get the fuck out. Dude, that man, so we were talking about it right before the show started about how Browns tickets were cheap as fuck, right?
Yeah, $9 a seat.
And people they're probably cheap because people don't want to go see Deshaun Watson. And I told you, listen, I know Deshaun Watson can throw a football. I really don't give a fuck who he is outside of football. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kanye West, he was my favorite rapper of all time, bro. And now, like, I buy his shoes, like, I fucking all sorts of shit. And now, though, it got to the point where I'm like, I can't even support this dude, man. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I told you where my Spotify broke the unfortunate news. Where
Yes.
It's like, your top listed artist this year was Kanye West. It's like, no!
Just give me more time, man.
No!
And
Oh, God, he's got so many bangers.
He does have bangers, though.
He does. What are you gonna do? I mean, like, it was like a picture I saw on the internet where it was, watch Kanye West comes out with, like, the most anti-Semitic banger of all time. You know,
And
or
then
it's
someone
like,
will defend him.
and what are you gonna do? It slapped. We want me? I bobbed my head.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I bobbed my head.
Exactly.
He's wrong. I know he's wrong, but man, it slapped.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Because, and Anthony, I want to hear your thoughts on this. What if he did that? What if Kanye West came out with a like Metro Boomin produced the track, because we all know Metro Boomin's like the dude right now, right? So Metro Boomin produces the track. It's featuring The Weeknd. It's got like, let's say Post Malone and shit, and then Kanye West is on there. Now, and Kanye throws out some of the most anti-Semitic shit of all time. It's still a banger, though. Would you be okay with it?
No. I mean, I wouldn't listen to it.
You wouldn't listen to it?
No.
I mean, I
don't like half the bangers that come out anyways.
Dude, the new rap is fucking stupid. Like, you and I talked about this, and we said it. I think you said it to me. The music that we listened to growing up, they were drug dealers, right?
Yeah.
The dudes right now are drug users.
Yeah, just buying drugs.
Like, Jay-Z was a crack dealer, and he really did that shit. You know what I mean? Like, The Game. Like, he really was a fucking gangster. Snoop Dogg, a gangster. Dr. Dre, a gangster.
You know what's crazy, though, is like, I just bought no, I didn't buy it. I got gifted Snoop Dogg's cookbook.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's got a cookbook out now. It's called From Dealing to Cooking, or something along the lines of like,
that's awesome.
From hood to cooking. And it's just like, you open it up and it's like, I'm trying to think of some of these recipes that he calls them, like a lasagna, but it's like lasagna or something. I don't know. It's like,
That's amazing.
It's just got these like weird connotations to him. Best lasagna you ever had, but like I swear to Christ, once Martha Stewart got her hands on him, the whole game changed.
The game did change.
The game changed.
Martha Stewart's changing the game like crazy. Did you see that fucking video that she put out about the coffee where she's fucking topless under that fucking
I was gonna ask
apron?
if she was on OnlyFans.
Bro, I think
Martha
she is.
Stewart OnlyFans?
That
I would subscribe.
I hope she's at least baking something. She's baking cake.
Probably with batter all over her boobs.
Not cake. Dude, she looks good for like 80. I'm not gonna lie, I'd hit it if I wasn't married.
Yeah, I think Snoop Dogg would agree with you.
I think Snoop Dogg
I've
probably
seen
has
him
hit it.
cook next to her.
Dude, I love that Snoop Dogg and Martha show because they would get rappers on there and like Rick Ross is on there just like hanging on her and shit.
Yeah.
He's giving her like chains and shit. And I'm like, this fat motherfucker is so in love with her. Not only because she's cooking the food that he loves, but because she's a real thug, man.
No, she's a real thug. She was a felon.
She's a felon. Like, Snoop Dogg said it one time. It was him and Martha Stewart in a picture, and it goes, one of us been to jail, and it wasn't me. Like,
Yeah,
it was
one of us
so
is a felon.
fucking funny, bro. Like, I love how Snoop leans into that shit, man.
I
Like-
mean, I would too, honestly. It's like, Snoop Dogg has brilliantly just created this aura around him where it's like, you know who Snoop Dogg is. You
Yeah.
know what he used to do. And now he's like, I'm for the kids now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, but I still thug, but I'm for the kids now. Because he does his junior Pee Wee football league,
Yes.
and he's cooking with Martha Stewart and selling. Did you see the Bic lighter commercial, the stick lighter?
No.
So Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg did a lighter. It was a Bic lighter, but it's got a long stick on it. And she's like, yeah, is this a Bic lighter for lighting candles? And then Snoop Dogg comes up from behind her, like puts his hands on her shoulder and comes, and more. You know? And it's
more.
like,
I think I saw that.
I have not, and I need to go find it now because I love Snoop Dogg commercials. They are hilarious, bro.
you could put him in anything.
Dude,
I want him in a fire chicken commercial.
that'd be hilarious. Snoop Dogg, if you somehow hear this, see
What?
this, we need a fire chicken sandwich collab.
Oh, please do. Please do. I'll do anything for it.
Can
Well,
we
not
talk-
anything, but a lot of
Some
things.
shady shit.
Some shady shit.
Can we talk about how, like, back, like, when we were kids, like, our parents even knew who Snoop Dogg was, and they were like, oh, that's just Snoop. Snoop Dogg would be, like, walking around, like, the New York airport, smoking a blunt, and that's illegal as fuck, but they're like, oh, that's just Snoop.
Yeah, that's just Snoop. Leave him be.
Exactly. And then everyone else does that shit.
What are you gonna do? You gonna fucking fine him. I mean,
Well, I'm talking like back in like the 90s. Like
I know,
when
but I
weed
mean,
was
even still,
illegal.
what are you gonna do? You're gonna write him a ticket? He's just gonna pay and be like, all right,
Yeah.
have a good day.
But like
Right,
the crazy thing
exactly.
is, no one else had that privilege. You know what I'm saying? Because people were getting busted left and right for shit, you know. And then along comes a dude named Wiz Khalifa, and it's just Snoop Dogg, like, went into a cocoon and then came out as this tatted up fucking kid from Pittsburgh that smokes mad weed, right? And now he's that dude. He's that dude. Oh yeah, it's his wife is giving birth. Wiz Khalifa smoking a bong next to her, just like like, and with that wild ass laugh of his. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so cool that we've gotten to that point, though. You know, like.
Have you seen the video of Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa doing like a smoke off on stage?
I have not.
Yeah, they was during a live concert and they were doing like a smoke off back and forth back together. This is just a huge fucking ginormous. And they're going back and forth, and like hitting it harder and harder. Snoop Dogg still showing him up. Wiz Khalifa started coughing on stage, and Snoop Dogg's like, "Give me that fucking,
That's
fucking
hilarious.
blunt."
That's hilarious. Snoop Dogg was the man. Dude, we've really gotten onto some wild shit. We went from talking about business and shit like that to smoking weed and Elon Musk and shit. And that's all cool shit. Like, I really like talking about shit like that. But what I really want to get into right now and, you know, kind of start the back part of the show, I'm sitting here with two dudes that own their own businesses, right? I don't own my own business. I fucking sell cars. I work for someone else. I'm living someone else's dream. You know what I'm saying? But I want to hear from both of you because I have two people in very different industries right now. We have the food service industry and we have the tech industry right here. Anthony, I want you to kick it off. Jeremy, you kind of talked about how, you know, you got into doing what you do right now and how you're passionate about it. I want to hear from Anthony. How did you get into what you do, and how did you become how did your passion become your business?
I wouldn't say it was really a passion. I guess my passion was business.
Your passion was
My
business.
passion
I get
was
that.
business.
I
Yeah.
get that.
It's
Like you don't know how you're gonna do it, but
yeah. I mean, I always said I would have my own business.
Yeah.
You know, growing
Well,
up.
I remember even working at Verizon, you would talk about, hey, I'm going to do something. you
Oh
know?
yeah, for sure. Like it was always it's always something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, how I got into actually repairing phones, a friend had a damaged iPhone 4. She had threw it across the fucking parking lot at Walmart. It was destroyed. Well, she just went and got a new phone, and I talked her into giving me her phone. Didn't pay anything for it. Looked up a couple videos on how to fix it. Looked relatively easy. Ordered the parts. I figured it was I think it was like, I paid $35 or $40 for the parts. I was like, well, if I lose this, it's not the end of the fucking world.
right, it's worth the experiment.
Right, yeah. So I had ordered the parts, took it apart, put it back together, everything worked. I sold the phone, made some money, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. And then I just did that for like friends and family. I would buy broken phones and flip them after I fix them,
Right.
you know, shit like that. And then I just turned it into a business.
How scary is it? How scary is it? Like, so you formulate your business plan. You have your money, you have the rent, all paid. Maybe you're like your deposit, whatever, you know, for like the first month or first year, whatever it is. And I might sound ignorant here. I don't know, but like you have all that money ready. You've given it to them. You've got your material. You're all ready to go, and you're walking up to the store that day. That's going to be your first day. How fucking is it scary or?
No, it was scary leaving my secure job that I had been at for 3 years and then going off on my own. That was the scary part.
Giving up a steady paycheck for something that's unknown.
Right,
Like,
that's the
I could
scary
make
part.
a lot of money. I could make no money.
So how do you reconcile that within yourselves?
You really don't until you're in it.
Yeah, you bet on yourself.
Yeah.
So having that confidence in yourself is really the key thing there.
Not even just yourself. I mean, yourself, people willing to support you, the community, you know, just, you know, and it was something that the county in general needed. You know, we didn't have anything really like what I do. So
Yeah.
Closest
you
spot was like
saw,
30 minutes
a
ago.
situation where it's like, well, Ashtabula needs.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking a commodity that people need it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And that's awesome because like people need their phones fixed, people need their Xboxes fixed, they need to learn how to use their devices, right? They need to go somewhere other than the cell phone store to be able to purchase a quality accessory or
Yeah, I need my Apple Pencil's only white.
fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, how do you get the blue and the green ones?
Yeah, how do I
Fuck
write
you
it? I
guys.
need a blue one. It only writes in white.
You know what? That was one gaffe, okay? So for those of you who don't know, earlier I asked them, I have an Apple Pencil for my brand new iPad, and I wanted to write in different colors. And I didn't know that you can change the fucking color of the pen tip. I thought you had to go and buy different tips from somewhere, and now I'm never going to live that down.
You know, considering that it was Apple, I would not have doubted it. Or it's
See, that's the thing.
Get the apple green. That's true.
That's the thing.
They would
have all the different colors of the phones. I mean, remember when the iPhone came out? It was black. And then it was black or it was white. And now it's every fucking color under the sun. Literally. The spectrum, man. The fucking... all the colors of the rainbow. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But fuck me for asking. So, yeah. So, you said that you had some crazy ass stories about Bridge Street and stuff like that. I want to hear. I want to hear the craziest story you have. The 2 a.m.
The nighttime 2 a.m. shit.
I want to hear. I want to hear the choicest nug. I'm talking the top of the weed plant. The fucking.
So it was gonna be a toss up between. What was it? The dudes that jumped off the bridge. They jumped off, and it was the middle of summer, and like they asked if they can get some food, put their order in. Next thing you know, we look over, and all their clothes are on the floor, or not on the floor, on the corner of Bridge Street, on the corner of our building, and they had jumped off the bridge. But I think the better one was we had this crazy wackadoo that was floating down Bridge Street for a long time.
This is Whitehead.
No,
Okay.
no, it wasn't. I know who you're talking about, but no. I don't know what this dude's name was. Somebody
When you
knew
say
him.
floating, you just mean like walking up and down.
Yeah, walking up
Okay.
and down Bridge Street. He was a younger kid, but you know, from the gathering of conversation, you know, probably did a lot of hard drugs, but yeah, it's some dude. So he comes in and he looks at me, and it's like 1:30, and I'm already toast. You know, I want to go home. I want to go to bed. And this guy looks at me and he's like, "Hey man, did you get that message I sent you?" And I'm like looking out from the. If you've ever been inside of our restaurant, there's like this captain's window.
Yeah.
I can look into the lobby, and he's in the lobby and he's talking to me. And he's like, "You get that message I sent you?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "For the food, man. I already paid you." And I go, "What are you talking about?" He's like, he does that. No, he just goes, doesn't say a word. He just goes. And I go, "I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about." And he goes, "Must not have got it, man. Must be bad Wi-Fi or something." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "I sent you the money through my mind." I go, "Through your mind? I didn't get any money through my mind, dude." And he goes, "Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I sent the money because can I get some nuggets?" And I'm like, "Yeah. I mean, like, do you want to buy them?" And he goes, "I already sent you the money." No, you didn't. There's no money that has been came across, and we find out that he's broke, you know. And we're like, "Look, man, we'll sit you up with some food. Just want some nuggets. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'll hook you up." So he's talking to us, and he's talking about like the greater planes, the 12 planes of the universe, and he's talking to my front staff about like how he's transcended and how he's been talking to people all night that people don't see, but he knows that they're there. And, you know, I'm trying to get this dude. So I drop him off the nuggets and I give to him, and he's so thankful. He's like, "So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Blessings, man. Blessings. Blessing on all of you. Blessing on you. Blessing on you. 12 blessings. 12, what was it? It was like, not universal blessings, 12 celestial blessings upon you." And he's like blessing people as he's walking out the door. And then like we get out at 2 o'clock in the morning because during that time we would try and hit up Iroquois because they shut down at 2:30. And we shut down at 2. So it's like, well, we got 30 minutes to go grab a drink. But we walked by and this dude's like passed out on one of the benches, just like you see the nuggets, the empty box of nuggets sprawled off to the side of him. So we made his night. But like for some reason after midnight, Bridge Street just turns into a whole different, like obviously it's the alcohol. It's people getting rowdy over at Brennan's. Next thing you know, people are running up and down the street. But it's like so many times we're the front row seat to what goes down on Bridge Street because we're right on the corner and we got these big banks. And I mean, we've seen car crashes, we've seen fights, we've seen just about. I mean, there was a full pickup 3v3 basketball game one time while people were waiting for their food. They just brought a basketball and they started playing basketball out in the middle of Bridge Street. And it's like, I don't even know where the fuck they got these hoops from.
It was a real hoop?
It was a real hoop. Like they just had a hoop.
Like one that you would put in your driveway?
Yeah. And it was a pickup 3v3 game waiting for Fire Chicken. And I'm like, once again, 1 o'clock in the morning. And it's like, what the fuck is going on?
That's amazing.
So, like, we don't do the 2 o'clock in the morning anymore because I got a 3-year-old at home. I got to go home and be a dad now. But, like, when we were first doing this, it was the craziest night every Friday and Saturday, every single time. There was never a dull moment, especially during the summertime. Like, I don't know if just everybody does crack during the summer. And then, like, during the wintertime, they just ease off and until next summer.
Yeah, they're just doing ketamine at that point.
Yeah, they're just doing ketamine inside their house, talking to their cat. But, like, during the summertime, people are just absolutely nuts, which, bless, What else are you supposed to do in Ashtabula, I suppose? But, oh, yeah, Bridge Street's always crazy. Our 2 a.m. shifts were always nuts. But,
I heard that there's like some secret shit that goes on Bridge Street. Like,
well, I mean, well, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
No, yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I heard that there's like secret meetings and shit that happen there. Like, I heard that there's like a secret like party place there, like a speakeasy type thing.
Yeah, there's a speakeasy up there, but it's not secret speakeasy. It's just.
What is
it? Speakeasy. 1035 Club.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's speakeasy. I mean, it's prohibition style cocktails. It's just there's no police officers breaking down every Friday, Saturday to tell you to get out. That's really the only difference.
Dude, like,
it'd be cool if they did though.
That would be sweet. Like,
the random raids.
Are there ever prostitutes walking down Bridge Street?
Not that I've looked. I haven't seen any.
See, I would think that that'd be the place. I would think Bridge Street would be the place because it's more upscale clientele.
And it's the thing is like, the reason why it would be, as we talked about this, where it's like 50 years ago, sure, like obviously. But now it's like, it's kind of hard to be a prostitute when somebody's buying like some stuffed cotton owls, or going to eat a charcuterie board. It's just not somewhere that's going to be a highlight to their.
Sure.
Yeah, I imagine that somebody's bringing a date, or if they're not, don't get me wrong. There was once upon a time a guy that would bring escorts in to, we won't name the restaurant, but it was a restaurant that I worked at, but he would bring escorts in, and it'd be a different one every single week, and we had our own inside jokes about it, but it's like, it's also weird because when you're at a restaurant, you never want to mention that to anybody. It's like when guys would bring in their wife, and then on Friday, and then bring in their mistress on Saturday. Or, flip that around.
Yeah.
Mistress on Friday, wife on Saturday, but nobody in a million years is going to go, wow, we just saw you. It's, we haven't seen you in a month or something like that. It's always hush-hush because, well, now if you mention that, now they're going to have a bad time. You're not going to get a good tip. They're never going to come back. And it's like this, that's the real secrets of Bridge Street, is like, people got dual lives, man. Like, you see a lot of it where it's like, oh, they're so nice. Damn, that hard.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
They go hard in the paint, man, like Waka Flocka said. Anthony, where would you expect to find a prostitute in Ashtabula?
Why are you asking me, bro?
You know everyone.
I would say probably Main Avenue. I think they hang out at the parks.
They do.
The parks?
And
At Kevin Cornelius Park.
yeah, that one.
Rest
And
in
the,
peace.
R.I.P. to my dog.
and the other, there's two over there, isn't there? Yeah, there's two parks.
there's North Park.
Yeah, there's the
I
one over.
met two prostitutes. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
no, two parks.
Candy and Candace. You ain't met them yet?
Candace.
Actually, I
They're
think
twins.
Oh no.
I was gonna say I think that's like legit names. Like
I bet you.
Well,
I think
dude, I
one of
mean,
them is probably
prostitute
Candy.
names are like stripper names.
They
I
got
mean,
an
Destiny.
LLC now. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Plus, dude, small business.
Dude,
Small business.
Cedarquist Park, bro. Remember when we were younger, Cedarquist Park was like the place for Little League baseball games, and it was clean fun and all that shit. Well, now I hear like there's the homeless population like just setting up camp down there, man.
yeah, in the woods.
That's crazy. Like, and hey, I'm never gonna knock anyone. You know, if you're falling on hard times, you fall on a hard time, and if that's the place where you feel safe and you can establish yourself and try to get back out there, then do it. But like, bro, like I never would have thought it would have been like that down there when I was a kid. Now, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the YMCA. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from, you know, family communities over on like Wilson Avenue and shit.
Yeah, but you got to think about it anytime you ever swung down to Cedar Quest anyway. Like, you go to Cedar Quest and there's the baseball parks and the nines, but you go right over that bridge and it's not too far removed from Cinderella's being on the left-hand side.
Yo, Cinderella's
Wait.
was there.
Which was, honestly, I never went there. It's too young. But terrifying in its own right that, like, I remember the building and I remember the parking lot. It was a huge parking lot and it was like big flat ground as soon as you drove by it. Like, it was trees, beautiful trees. And then you would just look to the left and there would just be this dilapidated building with a huge overgrown grass parking lot. And then you would see cars parked there. And as a kid, I'd be like, what's going on over there? Cinderella's, is that like a Disney place? And then I found out that it was a strip club, and I'm like, as an older adult, and it's like, Jesus Christ, man, like, and now it's all torn down. But
I was just gonna ask, is the building still there?
I don't think it is.
The building is not there. I know some kids went down there and like made a little makeshift skate park down there.
Oh no
I thought you
shit!
were gonna say a little makeshift strip club. I was like, wow, that's ingenuity.
Yeah.
Some fucking 14-year-old.
2x4
throw
and
up a
some
tent.
know-how.
Throw up a tent with the rest of the homeless population. Over
It's like
Oh,
Butters
no.
from South Park when he had his bottom bitch. He's just throwing. Those 14-year-olds are just throwing out prostitutes, man. I'm gonna get my kisses. Oh no, dude, that's awesome though. Little makeshift skate park. That's what Ashtabula needs.
Yeah, they keep taking them back down. That's a stupid thing. Is like there have been skate parks.
There's
And
one at
then
the
just
Walnut
Takes it
Beach.
back to- yeah, then they took it down.
They took that shit down.
They took it down.
Fuck those people.
Yeah, and
Where
it's
have you been at, Tom? There's no more basketball courts there. There's no skate park.
It's
It's a parking
family,
lot.
friends. It's,
Bro,
they've got
the
got
last-
2 spots where you can sit to do picnic.
Like a pavilions, yeah.
Yeah,
2
pavilions.
Last time I was at Walnut Beach,
Just bocce.
I was 18 years old. I had come home from a weekend from college, and this chick I knew messaged me on MySpace, and we went and we hung out, and then we ended up going down to Walnut Beach to like watch the sunset and shit. I ended up getting a blowy. All right, that's the last time I was at Walnut Beach. Like
That's a memorable experience.
it was, and now the
That
chick
was
is
a
on
long
meth.
time ago.
Now the chick's on meth. So
Who won?
I won.
Yeah.
I have a beautiful
Who really
wife and a
won?
beautiful son. I ended up winning. That bitch has no teeth. So good for her. Like
Many blessings. 12 blessings.
I'm gonna say that from now on, man. Dude, when someone buys a car for me, I'm gonna go 12 celestial blessings
Yeah,
to you. Like,
12 celestial blessings.
like, dude, what if I made that my thing? Like when I sell cars, come to Tom, get a car, and get 12 celestial
Yeah,
blessings.
12 of them. It's a baker's dozen.
It's a baker dozen,
You get the
bro.
you get the 13th one for free.
Yeah, 13th one for free. It's just me like spitting on yours.
right in the forehead, you know?
Kicking their tire.
Kick the tire, spit on the tire, and just take a piss on the tire and just be like, blessings, blessings. Walk away.
Is this kosher?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'm not Jewish. I'm Catholic. I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know what
definitely not kosher.
is.
There's a lot of pig product in that.
Dude, I love pig. Like, it's my favorite thing to smoke.
Yeah.
Pork shoulder. Have you ever had smoked pork shoulder?
Can't say that I've.
You ever had pulled pork?
I've had pulled pork.
Usually you
It's pork
smoke it.
shoulder, yeah. It's pork
Yeah.
shoulder.
And, dude,
I mean, and
I
I've
love smoked food.
it's the best.
I mean, I've been to like, pig.
Pig roast?
Yeah, pig roast.
You know, my wedding was actually going to be a pig roast, and then my dad broke the fucking spit like a week before the wedding.
That's
How'd he break
unfortunate,
it?
man. I would have.
How did he break it?
Whooping somebody's ass? Was it like...
No. So here's what happened. We had the spit, and my dad has this huge ass garage, right? That he keeps like these tractors and lawnmowers in. We took the spit and we put it on the outside of the garage, outside of the big door, because we were going to take it and we were going to power wash it, right? Because it had been in the garage for a while. Maybe like some grease from like, he has like grease fitting, like grease gun and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we put it there, and then I got a phone call from my wife saying, hey, we have a problem. The baker just canceled on us for cookies, so we need to figure this shit out. So I go to Main Street, the bakery on Main. I leave the pole there, and my dad's not outside. My dad's like doing something in the garage, like the other garage that he has, getting ready. I come back, and my dad's motherfucking everything, throwing shit, and he sees me, and he's like, get the fuck over here. And I'm like, what happened? He ran over the fucking pole with that big ass tractor that he has and crushed it. And it was my fault. I'm like, motherfucker, you had to walk by the fucking pole to get into the fucking garage. And he was like, no, I fucking did. I'm like, how the fuck did you get in there then, Dad? You get airdropped in? Like, what the fuck, dude? And then he's just motherfucking me for everything. You know my dad. He just motherfucks everything.
Sound like the dad on the Christmas Story.
Dude, pretty
Sound
accurate
like Joe
assessment.
Pesci in Home Alone.
Pretty accurate assessment. Well, so my dad meets Anthony for the first time at my bachelor party. And my dad, we're leaving to go to the Indians game. And my dad, I'm taking a shit in the house. Everyone else is loading up into the cars. Hey, Tom, come here. I'm like, what's up, Dad? Anthony. He seems like a nice guy. He owns that Cracked, right? Yeah. All right, yeah, I need to get my speaker fixed from him. Talk to him for me about that. All right, yeah, sure. Hey, by the way, yeah, he from Kuwait. I was like, what the fuck?
That's a shot in the dark.
Like, that's just my dad. Like, he's just a wild dude, man. Like, he says wild shit, but like people love him for it. It's weird. Like,
yeah, I get it.
Like, I say wild shit and I'm an asshole. My dad says it. Oh, that's just Carl.
It's seasoning.
It's seasoning.
It's seasoning.
I need more seasoning. You know what I mean? Maybe I need to have like.
Just got to marinate a little bit longer.
Yeah, I just got to marinate a little longer.
Yeah, give it some time. Give it some time. You too will be able to get away with off-color jokes soon enough.
Oh, I can't wait.
My time's coming.
So I have a time crunch tonight because my wife works tonight. So I want to ask before we end the show two things. One's going to be for Anthony. One's going to be for Jeremy. I'm going to end with Jeremy. Anthony, what do you have on the horizon for Cracked? We're going into a new year. What are we thinking? Do we have anything in the works? Are we thinking about maybe expanding some business? Are we thinking introducing some new stuff? Anything of the sort?
Introducing some new stuff, probably. It's nothing going to be major. I mean, we're just going to make small changes. Like we just introduced, now we have, device protection where you can.
I need to get on that.
Essentially, it's insurance. I'd like to have a more array of devices available. Maybe some B2B repairs for like board repairs, stuff like that. But other than that, just keep grinding.
Keep grinding, man. That's what it's all about. Grinding.
Yeah. That's it. It's a long game.
Now, what does Fire Chicken have on the horizon for the end of the year and going into the new year?
Well, we're going to be looking for some expansion here in the near future. The building that we know and love, it's getting a little small for us. Let's say, we sell too much chicken.
Hey.
So we're looking at expansion, looking at a new building. Not everything is 100% done yet, but we're working on it. But I mean, that's our first and foremost is more space.
Sure.
We need more space, more availability to sell more food. Because honestly, it's at this point, we kind of reach to the top of our gills sometimes. Once upon a time, it was just sandwiches. You come in, you want a sandwich. You come in, you want a sandwich. And now, as I mentioned, we just did a Lake City plating order where we made 180 sandwiches. But the kicker was it was in 3 different times. First one was 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and 5 p.m. And I had to drop off every single one of them. So at 12 o'clock in the morning, I'm at the shack frying 80 sandwiches to sell to Lake City plating by 1 o'clock in the morning. So like it's that grinding where it's like, look, I don't want to do this, but do I want to miss out on $2,000?
Exactly.
Of course not. It's $2,000.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be able to do anything that I have to do for it. But I mean, that's really where we're looking at in the future is we're taking in all comers. I mean, we've gone total catering mode at this point.
That's fantastic.
So, and to tack on to that, actually, just because, so New Year's, we're actually teaming up with Clovenhoof again. So Clovenhoof,
Sick.
Clovenhoof and I have been kind of teaming up for these last couple months, but they've got this big New Year's party coming up. Big New Year's party, and we're going to be doing a taco stand. So you know where the ping
Sick.
pong tables are?
Yeah.
So they're going to fold up that ping pong table in that big back area. We're going to turn it into Fuego tacos.
That's awesome.
You know, so we're gonna have our tables and the steam.
Doing any birria?
No, not this time around. But I mean,
You've done birria before?
I did it the last time we were there actually.
Oh, sick.
Yep.
I love
And
birria.
it was fun, but man, it was a lot of fucking work. I actually ended up having to borrow Spaz's Blackstone. He had a big Blackstone in the back, and like when he showed it to me, this thing hadn't been touched in a year and a half, and it needed so much cleaning. But like I bought all the proper tools for it, so I just 1, 2, 3. I'm a kitchen guy. Re-seasoned it, made birria, and it was delicious. But honestly, it was so much work. That, and I can't make it inside of the building.
Mm-hmm.
I would need a big propane grill to do it, and you can't run propane inside of a building.
Yeah.
It's kind of flammable. It's
Yes.
dangerous, and you could die. So we're doing tacos 3-way. We're doing pollo, carnitas, and barbacoa.
Nice.
And then we're going to do like rice and beans on the side with like your little taco bar style, lettuce, tomato, onion, cilantro, blah, 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 blah. But it's just cool because we're going to be there from like 5 o'clock and at night until 11 o'clock. And then like we're going to ring in the new year, drink some seltzer, drink some champagne. And I don't know where we're going to end up after that, but I hope it's going to end up in a good time. It's probably Brennan's, probably more than likely. Who am I kidding? It's going to be Brennan's. It's going to be Brennan's.
With the Coke divots on the bar.
Oh, those little, and I can't help but to mess with them anytime I'm there. Like, maybe it's neurodivergency, but it's just like you could see how they did it. Where if you like just go, you could see like a little bit of the wood come off every single time. You're like, oh.
Never paid attention to that. I'm gonna have to look next time I go to Brendan's now.
Next time I go, I'm
Yeah,
gonna look for
anytime
Coke
you go to a
divots.
bar that's like it survived through the 1980s, every single one of them's got a big divots all down the bar. Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
crazy.
Just fucking hit rails right there at the bar.
It was the 80s. What else were you gonna do?
Yeah.
Try to avoid
I can't
AIDS.
think of
I guess-
anything else. What did people do in the 80s?
I guess, like you said, do what they do now. Just go in the restaurant.
Yeah, we're in 2022 now. We're classy now.
Now we're doing it off toilet seats.
Sanitize it first.
Sanitize it first.
Past COVID, we have to sanitize it.
Listen, I don't want anyone's ass cheeks on my fucking cocaine, man. Not that I do cocaine. That's not what I do. It's been years.
No. It's bad for you.
It's bad for you, man. But hey, I think this is as good a time as any to end. We appreciate everyone that came in and viewed us tonight. Had a blast. We want to thank Jeremy for coming on and being our second live show. I'm sure there's many more live shows to come. This was awesome.
Pretty smooth, man.
Pretty smooth. you looked stressed at the beginning, but now you don't look as stressed.
No, I mean, just technical difficulty should happen.
Shit happens.
But, we'll iron that out for the next one too.
Yeah, and you know what? We're gonna have more guests. We're gonna have I'd like to get guests that we've had in the past, but like have them come together. You know what I'm saying?
Need a bigger space, Tom.
We do need a bigger space.
Bigger couch.
Bigger couch.
Hey, this is the casting couch right here.
It's about to be turned into that.
You know who would be an awesome
Is this why you
combination?
brought me here?
Yes, it is.
Oh no!
Let's get ready.
Hey, get ready for the after scenes.
Great.
Yeah, that's good. They don't call me Pornhub creator for nothing. But JR and Jeremy would be awesome to have together. JR Tubbs,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lonesome Rose. That'd be a fun show. Or actually, who would be really fun? Jeremy and Butchko. Yo,
What's Butchko?
I was gonna say Bart too.
Bart would be cool as
Bart would be
shit.
cool.
Bart and Tyler here. That'd be a
Just
show.
fit as many people as you can.
Yeah.
It's like a mosh pit.
We're
That'd be sick.
gonna have to start renting out space.
Oh, I would love to. I gotta get my paper right though. Christmas was expensive this year.
I hear that one.
I haven't even touched.
Wyatt got a
Christmas
fucking
gift.
TV. My fucking kid got a TV for his bedroom. He's 7.
You got a pen or tie?
Bro, my kid got a TV in his room at age 7. I didn't get a TV in my room till I was 15. Fuck me. But all right, hey, thank you guys for watching. This is the end of the cut. I'm Tom Roth. We got Anthony Aquendo.
Can't see me, but I'm here.
And I want to thank Jeremy Vincenzo again. Fire Chicken Sandwiches. Check them out at 1001 Bridge Street. They're open to what time?
Let's see. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 11 to 6. Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 10 o'clock at night. So if you get hungry at night, hit us up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to go smash this chili cheese fries or whatever is over here.
Oh, the chili mac, and I brought 2 sandwiches.
Chili mac and cheese
Oh,
sandwiches.
thank you. I'm gonna bring that one home to my wife. She wants to. She said if he brings a chicken sandwich, fucking bring it to me. So I'm gonna do that.
I like how she already just told you that you're not eating.
Yeah, well, work
That's
work
mine.
bought me some food today, so it was awesome. I got a salad. I'm trying to lose weight. My goal for the new year is to lose weight and do a cage fight. That's a real thing. I'm being dead ass.
I'm holding you that cage fight, Tom.
Yeah, I'm being dead ass.
We're gonna live stream.
It's gonna be on
that
live
shit.
stream, yeah.
We're live streaming
Would
that
Fire
shit.
Chicken Sandwiches sponsor me?
100%. I'll put the shorts on you.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, we're gonna make that happen now.
Dude, it wouldn't be the first time somebody's asked me that question.
That's sick.
Hey, can you sponsor me in a cage fight? I don't know how many cage fights you've been in. None.
You're goddamn right.
All
we're gonna
right,
sponsor you.
it's gamble.
But all right, guys, thank you so much. Again, thank you to Jeremy Vincenzo. I'm Tom Roth. I want to thank Anthony Aquendo, my co-host. Have a great night, guys.